There are two main ways to print digitally: direct print and sublimation print. You can make both as garment print or printing full width on the fabric rolls. The digital direct printing procedure is like the other printing procedures, starting with a pre-treatment, then it gets printed, then steamed to fix the color, then washed to remove the thickness, and at the end it gets dried. The inkjet printer converts lab or RGB colors into tiny ink droplets. There are two ways to direct print textiles, with the multi-pass and the quicker single pass. The advantages with digital prints is the possibility to start up the production quickly and with low development cost, as no screens or rolls needs preparation and installation. The quick startup time make it possible to have smaller stocks and less overproduction. The print quality is high with well-defined details and possibility to make almost any color. The more advanced printers use more than 4 colors in the CMYK standard. There's also an environmental saving by less color loss both in the printing procedure and because no screen or rolls needs to be washed. The digital multipass printer works much like a normal inkjet printer. It has one or more print heads for each color that moves horizontally one-way printing. Then it stops at the side, meanwhile the paper or fabric moves forward. Then it moves horizontally printing in the other direction, before the paper or fabric will be moved ahead again. Row by row the design is created. The disadvantage with this technique is that if one of the nozzles gets clogged, a white faulty stripe will be created in the print. This is solved by printing with overlapping print rows of half the width of the print head. This slows down the print speed but reduces the risk of faulty stripes. The multipass printing can be made with up to 16 passes. There are special developed machines to print on elastic fabrics. The roll keeps the stretch relaxed meanwhile printing. Otherwise, the pattern would get strange proportion when relaxed. Single pass printing is a modern technique that makes it possible to produce very fast, high-quality prints. It can print as much as 80-90 meters per minute. This is at least 6 times faster than the multipass printer. It has multiple firm print heads distributed over the fabric width. This way, the fabric can be in constant movement. This permits a very fast printing speed and excellent sharpness in the print. Of course, it's a bit risky as a clogged nozzle would create a lot of faulty fabric. Another disadvantage is the high investment cost due to the many expensive print heads. It's recommended for businesses with a large production quantity exceeding 4 million meters a year. Not all fabrics are recommended for digital print, as loose threads can damage the print heads. Anyhow, there are some digital printers that have the possibility to adjust the height of the print heads to print on fabrics with different weight. Reactive inks works well for cotton and viscose, creating good wash fastness and nice colors. Of course, these are suitable also for other regenerated cellulosic fibers and for linen. Reactive inks also give good color fastness on wool and silk, but less brilliant colors. Acid colors are the best color range for wool and silk. It's also the optimal for polyamide and lycra swimwear that needs high color vibrance and good color resistance to sun, salt water and chlorine. Disperse inks are used for polyester. Earlier, only sublimation print was used due to the problem with ink mist. Nowadays there are direct printers that can avoid this problem. The dispersed inks are steamed into the fibers. Digital sublimation print is the technique when the digital print is made on paper. The inks are transferred to the fabric under pressure at 200 degrees Celsius, which changes the ink's solid form into gas that penetrates the fibers where they solidifies when lowering the temperature. The advantage is that the fabric doesn't need to be steamed nor washed. This makes the technique more environmentally friendly, quicker and less expensive than other techniques. Pigment inks can't be used for all print heads as the color density tends to clog the nozzles in the printing heads. For some printers it works and it's used both for clothing and interior textiles. The fabrics needs to be prepared by padding, but no steaming and afterwash is needed. Direct-to-garment printing is when the print is made directly at the clothing item. First the fabric is prepared, normally in a special machine, but it can also be sprayed by hand with a premier. If it's a dark item, it needs first to be covered with white, then it's printed with a motif. Often the printer will have a white print cartridge beyond the CMYK. The print color needs to be heat fixed, normally in a heat tunnel. There are printers with exchangeable palettes to print on different kinds of garments and holders to print on sneakers. By now you all know what sublimation print is. It's often used by print-on-demand companies due to its quick and easy application on polyester fabrics and on acrylic and polyester objects as phone covers, etc. Every machine has a special software to control and drive the machine. These are sophisticated and not much handwork by staff is needed to run the machines. Some suppliers have special developed textile design plug-in programs that works with Photoshop and Illustrator.